I've always wanted to make a film about an environment that I love, and I love Halloween horror mazes. So there is nothing better than going to one with your friends, experiencing that kind of terror. And what if it was real? Or what if they weren't all faking it?
Yeah, I wanted to make it for the same exact reasons. We bonded over that. I love Halloween, love dressing up, love going through the mazes, and when the opportunity presented itself to give people an experience on screen, and to take all those fears that I have when I go through a maze and put them on screen, I just thought it was a marriage made in heaven. The experience to go from editing to editing and directing is, first of all, I'm a very lucky person to do it. I'm having worked with Jordan Peele, who is a genius, Chris Landon, who is a genius as well, who I learned so much from both of them. It felt very natural to go into directing as a result of it, and it also felt very natural to edit the film because I've had such experience with it. But it's fun. We're all filmmakers, are all storytellers, and this was just a great opportunity to further my storytelling journey.
One thing I've learned making scary films, whether it's a Terminator or Aliens, or a TV series like The Walking Dead, is that people love to be scared. And the way that you scare an audience is by having them connect with the characters. So people may not realize it, that the acting in a horror film is just as important, if not more important,
100%.
than acting in just about any genre. And I think that a lot of times great performances are overlooked. But you can't scare an audience unless that terror is communicated by the actor on screen.
Yeah, and I learned the same thing. It's if you care about the characters and if you relate to the characters, you will be scared for them when they go through this journey. And always trying to keep it through the character's eyes. And Get Out is a perfect example of staying focused on a character and seeing the whole movie unfold through his eyes. And that was our goal here. We have these great, strong women that carry this film, and we get to see it through specifically Natalie's eyes, but all the characters as well. I think being stalked through these parks is appealing to people because we know it's not real, or we hope it's not real. And it's a way to sort of get those fears. It's very cathartic to experience those fears in a very safe environment. And that's what we tried to play upon with the film, is basically say, what if it's not a safe environment?
You know, the great thing is that there aren't that many things that you can do as a group. You go as a group,
Yeah.
to the amusement parks where they have mazes and performers, and it's so much fun to do that with your friends. I mean, those are the things you remember for the rest of your life, you know. And I think that we're finding that people more and more value experiences over things, and this is a great experience to share.
The Other's mask was very much inspired by these early 20th century death masks that I'd researched that were all made of paper mache. And the photos that I had taken from my research were all grainy black and white and sepia photos that actually lent even a scarier feel to them. But there was something so simple about them, and also they were mostly on children when I was looking at them. So the mask really evolved from there, and we have Tony Gardner, who's a fantastic world-renowned mask maker, who I know Gale's worked with, and I was lucky enough to work with, and he helped come on board and create the mask. But it was important to keep it a little bit off-center, simple but off-center, and just not know why you're unsettled, but completely be unsettled.
And the other iterations of masks that we went through, we still use them in the film. So when you see different masks, you'll realize that those are the ones that weren't the winners. They were the runner-ups.
That's right. It's an experience. It is.
It's a great, fun ride that will scare you in new and remarkable ways. And hopefully after you've seen it, you'll want to tell your friends to see it, and you'll go see it with them.
I play Gavin. I am Natalie's love interest.
You're more than just that.
I'm her friend with potential. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's it.
I play Natalie. She's a little bit of a lost puppy at the beginning, and she's reconnecting with an old friend for the first time in a long time, and kind of remembering what it was like to be free.
I play Quinn, and my buddy Roby over here hooked us up with the VIP passes, and Brooke, my girlfriend, brings these two along, and we all go to the park together.
Yep.
It's an awful answer, but I'm gonna go with it.
I play Taylor. I am the hot twin of the murder twins, and I don't always get along with Natalie, but I just want to make sure that everybody has the best possible time ever in any given moment. So that's why I'm at Hellfest, to have a blast. Did it change my perception of theme parks and costume characters? Not at all. I love it even more.
I think it made me really appreciate it because I know that there are scare actors who are really passionate about what they do and they work hard at it. And it's cool to I don't know, I think in some degrees, at least I'd hope, they feel like it's kind of a shout out to what they do. And it really was because working, we had a lot of scare actors come on set, and now, they're getting mainstream exposure, and hopefully this will bring a lot of haunted houses business, and people will go do it and have fun doing it and be talking about the movie. And so yeah, it made me really appreciate just the whole idea of haunted houses and the fun of it all, and kind of taking it to the next level and bringing it to the screen is cool. So yeah.
That's a very good answer.
Yeah,
That's a
great
brilliant answer. They are professionals.
So scary
I
thing.
was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, scary thing that happened one day, I guess. So we're filming at a theme park in the middle of the night. So it was 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh man, I have to pee between takes. So I asked where the bathroom was, and they were like, oh, it's down Clown Alley. I was like, okay. And so I'm walking down this alleyway with just clowns, all the way down this sidewalk, and then there's this secluded far away bathroom, and you walk in and it's that whole and it's stalls, and it's dimly lit, and it gets darker as it goes down, and I was just all right, I don't have to pee anymore.
The other thing that was kind of scary on set was we didn't always know what was real and what wasn't.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even in Clown Alley and in the mausoleum and the doll room, it's just there are a lot of opportunities for people to hide and yeah, it's scary.
I mean, to add on, Greg was very good at adding impromptu scares that we would do a few takes, and then it would be hey, go in there, and we wouldn't know about it, but yeah, he would get us. Mm-hmm. He'd get us.
Yep, it was an absolute blast. I think that the reason that there's been a rise in popularity of theme parks and horror films is that people want to be scared in a very controlled setting. The world is scary, and if you can put yourself in a film setting or a park setting where these fears are, sometimes based in reality, but for the most part pretty fantastical, you feel like you have more control over what scares you. And I think that's kind of addicting.
Yeah, I think we're kind of fascinated in general by that's what makes Halloween fun. The idea of it is weird. You're walking down in the suburbs and you see a hanging corpse body from a tree, and you're like, I love Halloween. It's weird, but it's just enjoyable. It's fun to kind of see these taboo things celebrated because usually they're bad. And
It's just very creative.
Yeah, it's creative as hell for sure.
Oh yeah. How would we describe Hellfest if we wanted someone to go see it? It's Bex.
It's an old school slasher in a new school setting with another classic masked mass murderer who's really just having his fun using the park as his weapon.
That's why we turned to Bex.
That's a good time. I mean, I would just tell them it's fun. It's it feels like going to, you get to kind of, I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, it's like going to a horror theme park, but you're at the movies. It's like
Yeah, like, hey, I'm in it. Will you come see with me?
that's definitely a reason I would use. Yeah. But yeah, I would say it's fun. It's a fun time.
It is. It's really.
It's a lot of fun.
Fun. It was fun to film,
It was
and
fun
I
to
think
make
it's going to
this.
come across.
Oh, definitely.
It came with a terrific pedigree. The reason I wanted to be part of Hellfest. I was a fan of Gregory's work with his editing on Get Out, and Gale and Hurd's name is legendary and important within the cinema world. So that was along. So it actually made me want to pick up the script and read it. And I read it 3 times in a row, picking out details, trying to make character decisions. You know, I come from a theater background. So the first thing what I do is build a background for the character, who he is, where he's from, what does he want, what is his secret objective. And all these things clicked. And I must say I've never been more graciously received on a set than by the 2 of them. And I think they're going to have some magic here. Do I think that mass villains are scarier than villains where you can see their faces? I think there's credence to both. For mass, I think mass killers are more self-conscious. That's why they hide their face. You know, so they can perhaps get away with you not even knowing what they feel when they're doing whatever they do. People whose faces you can see, at least they're carrying their passion on their sleeve. So who's to say? But what probably terrifies me most are the ones that you don't see at all, the unseen. When I showed up on set on the stage, you know, I'm coming in the middle of the film, I'm the owner of the park, I come out. When I showed up, my outfit was a little tight, and my shoes hurt, and there were like 5 cameras swirling all around me. I actually felt like I was in a U2 concert somewhere, and you know, and I'm tone deaf, so I didn't know what to do. No, it was great, because I just said, okay, this is a show, and we're gonna do this, and okay, that's covering my foot right now, I get it. You know, so it's a blast. It made me feel like a kid in a cinematic playground. Hellfest is a perfect date movie. It's Halloween. You gotta go see at least 3 horror films this season. It's gonna have a story that has a beginning, middle, and an end. You're gonna be able to follow it. The kills are practical, which means there's no CGI, folks. It's timed, it's a sequence. It goes down, okay? And the ending is satisfying. You're gonna love it.